keep is not corporate enough. Child, you ain't orphan enough. A rapper turn can't morph into us, but a turn rapper can morph into Puff. Dance contest for the I predict Al Roker. If you know, you know. I only ever looked up.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. Bay Area native from up in Berkeley. This is Marshawn Lynch. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On first down, Carr letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there. Carr to Cooper, 41 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Carr. This is caught. And he's brought down. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. For the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The penalty gets them half the distance closer, but they'll still need to come up with something on 3rd and goal. Carr now on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Reuben Foster picks it. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And a great return return as he takes this up just shy of the 45. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. They give him a gain of 38.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He finds McKinnon, complete. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board. And a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
And now here come the Raiders. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he finds Cook. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
The warm-up QB2 is bringing the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He completes it to Jordan Nelson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Carr now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. First down, the run with Lynch. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep swinging it.
Carr to throw on second down. Dancing to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. To throw on third down. Carr, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
And Garrett Selleck here on the completion. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. A dump down to McKinnon. Finding room inside the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. They'll roll him out right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Garoppolo looks to throw. His pass caught at the 4. That's good for a Niner 1st down. Garoppolo to Garcon.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Garoppolo now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pick up there at 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Reuben Foster not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a fourth down now. Running for it. Here's Lynch. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short. And he didn't get there. The 49ers offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure. They'll come away with nothing. That's a very tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Garoppolo hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Here we go. 21.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
Here we go.
The linebacker, Derek Johnson, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Touchdown, 49ers! Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead grows to 10-0. Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now Carr. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Hey, let's do it! .637.
Carr now on 1st down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
7:34.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Trying to lay one up deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
To throw his car. Cooper's got it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Finds Roberts left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Carr now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
24. Down! 94! Low! What's your hut?
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Down! Hey, 34! What's up? Low!
Now Carr again. And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are back within a score. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Sharice Wright could do no wrong there, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Carr. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper. Throwing on first down is Carr. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Nelson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And some space here. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now McKinnon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Here we go, here we go.
On first down, Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. Room to run inside the 40. Touchdown, 49ers! Jerick McKinnon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Gold now out to kick it away. This will be taken short. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 to make it the 40-yard line.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Lynch. Shifts past him at the 45. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Here's Carr to throw. And this one is incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes, and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go. 21, 21.
Again, it's Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Wait. 6.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. 4-time Pro Bowler Derek Johnson. And that's going to make it 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out come the Raiders. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
One of the things I love about this job is that I get to go to practices before games and watch guys work out. And what throws me every single time I see Richard Sherman, one of the best corners in the league, is just how long he is. I'm not even talking about being 6'5". That's not what I'm saying. The length of his arms.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. They run once more with McKinnon. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Breaks the tackle, now Alley. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if some guys, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Goes underneath to Martin. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Carr now on 1st down. Flushed out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Throwing now is Carr. And an alley to run. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Reuben Foster picks it. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They run it with McCannon. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mario Edwards whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he's got his His man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Time for a break. Here's Bradley Pena now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Carr to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, Washington. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. And this is going to be incomplete.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one. Finds Roberts, complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Carr now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jared Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
They'll try to close it out now. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. They stick on the ground on 1st down with Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Toss play to McKinnon. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting